All right. So it got going live here and I wasn't even ready for it. And I've been not ready for the last year. Welcome to Sparks Flow and Adventures and Imagination, Mastery, and Inquiry. Those are some things that I'm hoping to get into more into. I've left a lot of things undone for the past year or so. I got lost. I don't even have a juicy desired outcome. This is usually what I do, as I say what my juicy desired outcome is, then I say what experiment I'm doing for that, and then I try to explain what I learned from that and what the implications of what I learned were. But if I didn't have a juicy desired outcome, then I didn't really have anything to experiment with because I didn't know what I was going for and where I came from. And so to talk about what I got from that isn't going to be the same. But I did make a lot of mistakes, and I can talk about that. So I didn't have a juicy desired outcome, and that had a huge impact on my last year. I didn't have aspirations, which are like even beyond juicy desired outcomes, really kind of in my sights. And so this last year, I was kind of all over the place. I stopped doing this video stuff because I thought of other people's opinions more than I thought about what I was actually after. I had problems in school with my children and interacting with stuff that they were doing there because I had lots of other things flying around and I wasn't really like clear on what I was up to. And there was even a particular time where I was working with a teacher, or not working with a teacher rather, and thought that she was up to something that she may or may not have been up to, and let that decide how I felt about all this other stuff and create a big snaggle in that. So I learned that's stuff that comes from not having like juicy desired, abstract, big out there, I'm after, really excited about kind of things, and continue to remind myself that's what's most important to me, not all the feedback itself. I mean, the feedback is helpful, but itself doesn't decide what I'm up to. It's feedback. It's helpful. And so naming those juicy desired outcomes and those aspirations are huge. That's the implications of all this. So what I have to do now is going back to this, doing weekly updating, because that's a great way for me to kind of tune into what is it that I'm trying to say. I have to line up my thoughts beforehand and then share them out loud in a way that I think will be helpful to other people. And that's a pretty big motivator for me. So I'm going to come back to this and see what kind of effect it has. And currently I'm looking into inquiry, mastery, and imagination, and how to make that happen with my children with the school year this next year, but also in conjunction with making a rammed earth building with a multi-generational group at the Community Land Trust in our area. And I hope to talk more about that. Keep the sparks flowing.